What it do, y'all? G Rose, Roosevelt for Prez. This is the Crypto Hour. And of course, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Got a really good show for you today. We're going to keep it Algorand and the ecosystem focused today. I also have maybe another video coming up as well. I'm super excited about this Yieldly JT Invest interview. Interested to hear what they're going to say in this particular interview. But I wanted to drop this before that interview, and then I'll cover that interview later on, all right? So first I wanted to start with the Anthony Scaramucci news right now. For those that don't know who Anthony Scaramucci is, he is the founder of Skybridge Capital, and he recently made some bold claims about Algorand. Yeah, did you hear him? So Anthony says Algorand will be the Google of blockchains, right? And I thought that was very interesting. And as I'm reading a lot of the comments and people responding to that, it was easy to see that a lot of people didn't really read the article. They read the headline and then they're just kind of stumped like, I don't get that. Google, Is Algorand going to be a search engine? I don't know. Actually, I did a video about a month ago relating Web 3.0 to Web 1.0. It kind of has a very similar reference. And so I want to break down and clarify what Anthony was talking about. So Anthony's saying that Algorand will be the Google of blockchains really is based on the fact that at the time of the .com boom, there was a lot of different search engines, right? And you had Yahoo kind of leading the charge, almost being like an Ethereum, so to speak. But you also had like Web Crawler, you had reference.com, excite.com, linkstar.com. Those were kind of rounding out like the top ones that people were really speaking of, right? So almost like a Polkadots, Cardano, Solanas, things of that nature. But what happens is once the dust really started settling from the .com bubble bursting, right? And you really got to see who was who and what was what, who really had the substance and not just the hype. Google started emerging from the shadows, all right? And we all know what happened from there. But we go back, say, to the 1990s, a lot of people would have thought that would have been Yahoo when really it ended up being Google. Now, Anthony Scaramucci thinks this will happen once big enterprise businesses really start getting into the tokenized economy, right? Once they need a solution that can really be scalable, carbon neutral, they're going to be looking at the tech, and Algorand is going to win that race. So right now, I mean, when we just talk like NFTs and some other cool dApps and whatnot, I mean, you can kind of get away with being on Ethereum, Solana, and some of these other ones, right? Where, I mean, we haven't really put these all the way to the test. And if we have put anything to the test, really, it would be Ethereum. And we see how that's going. Now, the interesting thing is, I believe this as well, but he says it is going to require a deep dive and a lot of due diligence, okay? And that's one thing that I think people lack. Right now, if you're getting into the blockchain space, you got these great ideas. Even if you're already thinking of like ideas from a Web 2.0 aspect and then going over to Web 3.0, a lot of times you're just hearing Ethereum, you're seeing Ethereum, but you don't really have the knowledge to understand what's really going on, all right? You might assume that it's Ethereum just because of how huge and dominant it is in this current market. When you look at who really did their research, dug deep, your Aaron Martinez, your Lee Parsons, people who really weighed their options and banked on the tech of Algorand, you'll have to believe that at some point, once big money comes into the space, they're going to be doing the same thing, and that due diligence is going to lead back to Algorand. Now, Anthony Scaramucci, he's not just talking, fam. He putting his money where his mouth is. Now, he currently has $250 million invested in Algorand, And that's huge. I mean, that should give you guys a lot of confidence that he's not just saying this, but he's putting his money where his mouth is. So it doesn't necessarily seal the deal, right? Because he invested $250 million, that all of a sudden Algorand is just going to flip Ethereum. No, there's other blockchains that can start emerging. But it is my belief that Algorand is truly going to be the one once it gets discovered. Again, I've already made the Web 3.0 comparison to Web 1.0, and that's exactly the model that I used for Ethereum being Yahoo and Algorand being Google. So maybe he was inspired by my article. I don't know. I'm not going to say that, but it might be true, fam. Moving on, you guys. Tinyman mainnet version 1.1 will be launching soon. I know you guys are happy as I am. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm happy, fam. I'm happy to hear that. But I do want you guys to know in these first couple days that it is back, you're going to have to proceed with caution, okay? Whenever there is low liquidity, there's going to be a huge price impact, all right? So I know people want to FOMO in. People are anxious, myself included. But we still have to be smart, take our time. You know, you're not going to be missing out on anything. These market caps are still low for these ASAs. I know you want to get in at the best prices possible, but my recommendation is going to be easing into it, okay? And that's going to be largely because of the price impact. I did want to talk about Opulous Progress Week. There's been a lot going on with Opulous, which I'm super happy about. For those that don't know, Opulous is what introduced me to Algorand. And also, Opulous was my first 10x on Algorand, all right? Well, over 10x, but we'll say that. Now, they do have their user dashboard completed, which is good news, as well as their royalty tracking, their staking and loan pools. They also have some more use cases for the Opal token if you're a holder like I am. That's good news. But also the Mona Lisa single by Lil Pump and Soulja Boy is actually going to be releasing on all platforms this Friday, all right? So it's going to be great that you're going to be able to track your royalties on the Opulous website now in the dashboard. That's huge news, you guys. I know Opulous, the price has suffered somewhat. For this news to come is going to be great. Hopefully it impacts the price in a positive way and we'll see more growth. Now, of course, with Opulous, they're being like a trailblazer. This is a little different, right? You don't just want to get in for a quick flip. Now, essentially, they're innovating and changing the music industry, right? And they're a trailblazer. So you're going to have to be a little bit patient. The good thing is there's only a 500 million supply, so it is kind of limited. You can hold on for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I believe you're going to see really good returns, all right? Other than that, I did want to ask you guys before I get up out of here, with Tinyman V1.1 about to launch and all the excitement, I want to know what ASAs are you guys most excited about, all right? I see a lot of different ones. I know Bean is getting cracking right now. A lot of people talking about that. Also, DGen is another one. That's one that I'm not in, that I'm actually looking to get into, is the DGen. And but I wanted to know, what are you guys really waiting on, right? You guys know, if you follow me, I'm a headline guy. I'm a tiny guy. I really like Tools X. I like Nexus. I'm keeping my eye on a lot of these, but I can say I have pretty strong positions in majority of them, even ones like Kitten Coin and Knee Coin, where I kind of just did it, and then they just like triple and quadrupled up. I'm just so excited about the space and truly feel that because of the ground floor that we are on, you're almost just guaranteed to make money. It really just depends on how patient you're willing to be, right? If you're not willing to hold and stick it out through the ups and downs, right? Kind of like with the Tinyman exploit and other things that will come as well, right? If we have like a crypto winter, are you going to continue to increase your positions? Are you going to fall back? What are you going to do? I think for the people that can stick it out, This ASA game is going to make you very rich, fam. All right. And I'm in it with you. I'm not shilling. I'm just telling you what I think from the standpoint of being quadrupled up on majority of my ASAs. Okay. So other than that, I do want to hear from you guys. What are you anticipating? What are you anxious to jump in and buy as far as the ASAs as soon as Tinyman goes live? All right. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. G Rose, Roosevelt for Prez. This is the Crypto Hour. Peace.